Welcome in the Voice from Heaven. Welcome in Perfectly Safe Forever. And we're going to look today at the perspective that is definitely in connection to what we all are looking for, and not just looking for, but have a necessity and need to experience. And that one thing is called love, right? And love is not just a word, and it's not just an emotional context, a feeling, and something that comes and goes and has something to do with circumstances in that outside world, in objective reality. But we really want to look at love as an action of giving, and so that we don't find any difference between giving, forgiving, and love. And if you come across the workbook of A Course in Miracles, so are active in that, you will come across lesson 46. God is the love in which I forgive. And yet, that connection of love with forgiveness shows us that in His love, in that realization of who we are as God created us, we really give to ourselves. And there's really nothing else than that giving that is needed so that the gates of heaven open up, and that do remember that the only thing that we want is going home. And this is my invitation to you to join me in that going home, and that you're willing to start and be conscious and aware of that you want to give to yourself completely, entirely, wholly. Because unless that is uh, an indiscriminate action and thought in our mind, it will always, in that sense, depend on circumstances, and judgment will be mixed in. And of course, that's that love we have up to here, and we don't want that anymore. So we are tired of any limited form of love. All we want is to experience the peace and silence and serenity that we how we know ourselves in God's love. And in that love, that action of forgiving and forgiveness, which is a joining in one mind, which is the realization, okay, my brother or whoever seemingly out there is not separate from me. I'm really meeting and seeing myself. And so we don't want to hold each other any longer in memory patterns which are representing the bondage of our way to think, the limitations of our thinking, because that is all that is projected outside the world, outside the others. Everything I see, I've given all the meaning it has for me. And if the mind is really determined to wake up and to go home today and now, then there will be also a determination, flourish, that will show us, okay, this is an entire thought, a whole thought, and it is an escape of the genetic appearance, of the genetic limitation, of the genetic memory as a human being. I am this person, I am my parents and my forefathers were this and have done this, and therefore I have the capacities to do it also, or whatever circumstances and influences have uh, made you a different human being. But we are aiming here to be free of all that, because freedom of genetic memory is remembering the love of God in which we forgive, and allows us to give in the true sense, in a full action of mind, all of it, all of heaven, and that to ourselves. The mind doesn't go anywhere else than realizing this is oneself, this is me. So I invite you to spend a moment with me here on in this live class on Spreaker.com in the Voice from Heaven. And I'm glad you're here. So Please join me a moment longer while we contemplate these ideas of, yes, how we really do that, how we come to that realization, and it is a revelation, right? So, but we invite the miracle, of course, of course. So I'll be right back.